Hey, it's Matt Pinfield right back here at the Dewey Beach Music Conference 2007. And we're going to have an interview now. You should have heard the conversations we were having before we started the interview here with Josh and Rich, talking music, talking about rock and roll, which is, you know, we love music. And it's great to have you guys here.
Thank you.
It's so cool. You guys are from Tampa, and I got so much family down there. You know, Clearwater, St. Pete Beach. Yeah. Tampa's always been a big rock and roll town. A lot of death metal and a lot of metal in general.
Yeah, it's definitely known for the death metal.
Yeah,
if you ask anybody, they'll say that first, right?
Which is cool. But there's also been a lot of punk bands there, a lot of straight up rock and roll bands. Tampa's got an incredible history, like a lot of places in Florida, like Jacksonville does with Skinner and the Classics 4 and bands like
Tom Petty,
Petty and Gainesville,
that's
Tom
right.
Petty and Heartbreakers.
That's right.
You know, Tampa, there's interesting places because in these different cities in Florida, there are a lot of great bands, and there's always a great thing brewing. All the way back to the jazz days, guys. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there are a lot of really, really good bands. I mean, you know, you've got three kind of, immediate cities in Tampa to draw from. You got Tampa, St. Pete, and Clearwater.
Yeah.
And there's great artists in all those cities, and we're lucky enough to be able to play with a lot of them on a pretty regular basis. So
it's a really cool place.
Well,
I mean, tell me how you guys ended up meeting. I mean, I know, straight off, Josh, you work with Dean Guitars too, which is such a cool thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do
a lot of musicians that I really that I love and I'm friends with.
Yours and mine both.
Yeah,
I do artist relations for Dean Guitars, and I've been in Tampa about 10 years.
Yeah.
Moved from the Midwest. I'm originally from Indianapolis, and you can probably tell by this guy's accent, he's not from Tampa.
Yeah.
Brighton, England. Yeah.
Yeah, and where are you from, Brighton?
Yes. Yeah.
I've been to Brighton Beach, man.
Yeah.
Brighton Center, the Metropole Hotel.
Yes, right on the beachfront.
Yeah, right there, man. And the what was it? The the Dodgems they call them, but it's the bumper
on
cars.
the Palace Pier.
A lot of people don't realize that on the Brighton Pier, that's where the band Frankie Goes to Hollywood got that name. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. It was right there on the pier, like the Santa Monica Pier. You'd walk out there and see that, and that was, of course, where the famous fights were with the Mods and the Rockers that Quadrophenia was based on.
Yeah, that's right.
I love Brighton, so it's so cool to go there.
Yeah.
It was the first city I went to when I went to England the first time.
Very interesting.
I've been telling everybody you're from Birmingham.
Sorry,
no.
You're a Black Country Midlands boy.
I'm fucking up, man. Sorry, dude.
Nothing wrong with that. It's a great rock and roll place.
It is.
Birmingham.
But I mean, I gotta, pay
Slade, Sabbath, you keep
That's
going.
Right. That's right.
A lot of hard rock from that place.
That's right.
And
I'm from Birmingham then.
Okay, yeah, you're from Birmingham now.
So tell me how you guys ended up meeting up. You being from Brighton, England.
I tell the story.
I moved over a long time ago with my family to Tampa, and then just grew up in different bands in the area. Josh was in a different band that we both played with in the scene at the same time.
Yep.
You lose a guitarist once in a while, and
that shit happens.
Mutual respect for one another, and it's like, yeah, man, we got something going on. You wanna?
Well, what was cool is that we, like Rich said, we played together a lot, and I was always a big fan of their band. And I thought, man, if a spot ever opens up, that'd be a cool band to be in. And it just so happened that their guitar player flaked out, and they said, well, look, we got a show coming up in like a week.
Yeah,
can you learn like 12 songs? And can you do this one show and fill in? Because I was pretty heavy with my band. And I said, yeah, no problem. Inside going, yeah, this is cool, man. Let's do this. So I did it, and then one show turned into two. I don't think we ever made it official, but I think I'm in. But but yeah, then here we are. Maybe 5 years later.
Yeah, 4, 5, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. So.
No, I mean, it's a pretty incredible thing. Think about that. Now, on your new record, which came out last month, you got Pat Woodward to mix, who's like really, I mean, you being a rock band, he's a great mixer. He's mixed everything from Beyonce to Maroon 5.
Well, you know what? It's
very
funny.
Talented guy.
Well, our manager, Rick Ed, he hooked us up with that, and I was a little skeptical at first, to be honest with you, because of his credentials. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're a total rockhead. I mean, we sit here and talk about Cheap Trick, Kiss, UFO, Aerosmith,
all the kayfabe shit, right? And so I didn't want like a booty mix of one of my songs, one of our songs. So I was kind of skeptical, and then Rich was working with Rick and Pat, and we got the mixes back.
I knew that Pat was dying to make some rock stuff. So
yeah,
that's cool.
I think a lot of times, and I'm sure you found this, and maybe in a conversation with him, but I hear this all the time from producers. Producers getting pigeonholed into doing just one kind of music.
Sure.
I mean, I remember somebody was talking about Mark Trombino earlier this year, and when he was doing a lot of emo bands, I had a rock band once that he wanted to work with. He loved them. It was something that was different, and you've talked about different producers and how they like to change things up. Hip-hop guys that want to do rock and roll, rock guys that want to work on hip-hop and dance records and kind of bounce around. So it worked out great, and his heart was really in it, right?
Oh, it sounds, we got the mixes back. I was blown away. I mean, this guy was telling me how great it sounded, and I got the mix myself and was literally like, he can mix every fucking song we ever ever come up with from here to Kingdom Come. So it worked out really well. We're very proud of how everything came out. So
that's great. Now tell me about you being in a meeting down there in Tampa area. Did you play all over Florida? I mean, there's a lot of different cities to go around.
We sure do. Yeah, we play Orlando quite a bit. It's close by to us. Gainesville, Tallahassee. We've been to Jacksonville.
Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, a lot
We've
of
been up to
cities draw
Atlanta.
from.
We toured the Southeast quite a bit.
Yep.
Which is great. And there's a lot of great places to play, which is
Oh
cool.
man, you know, you got a big state. I mean, you know, I kind of make a joke like Florida's like the dong of the United States, and but there's a lot of cities to play, like good metro areas that have a lot of fans of rock. You know, so just the cities you mentioned, it's great, and college towns too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And
you get some
college towns
serious-
always are a healthy place for bands to come and play.
Oh, without a
because
doubt. Yeah,
people are
without a doubt.
open-minded and
It's
doing
always
different
great. You know,
things.
Gainesville and of course Tallahassee. So we always have really good success in those towns. You know.
Now, I know that you are a big lover of rock. I mean, obviously, we were sitting there talking about everything from Metallica to Kiss,
Rock
of the
God,
heavier rock.
rock God.
Now, which is cool, Josh. And you ended up, it was a natural place for you to end up working at Dean Guitars and doing artist relation. You know, you work with,
Megadeth. We just did a deal with Collective Soul. Hell yeah, Vinny's new project with the guys in Mudvayne.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it goes on and on, So I have an opportunity to kind of be on the band side of it, but also be on the industry side and get to work with some of my favorite players. You know what I mean? So I kind of got the best of both worlds.
Absolute bud.
So yeah, it works out great. I'm real happy to be where I am right now.
That's fantastic, Josh. Rich, tell me about growing up in Brighton in that area, and what were you listening to? There's a rich rock and roll history in England there.
Well, actually, I grew up in Brighton just till I was about 10.
Oh, really? And then came
Moved
here?
over here quite early, yes.
Where did you live when you moved?
Where did I live?
Yeah. Did you move right to Tampa?
Right to Tampa, yeah. A little bit
Okay.
north, but yeah. And I went through, basically, when I came over here, Guns N' Roses was huge.
Yeah.
And I
Great.
wasn't used to that, personally.
Yeah.
That's not the word you wanted to use.
I'm definitely bring quite a bit of the Brit rock feel to the band.
Yeah.
That's one thing I think that people say about the band is quite different. It's definitely got, Josh will bring, our writing process is very collective. Josh will bring like that rock riff.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I'll put sort of like a Radiohead melody with it. That's
But
great.
it's just funny because it's that. It's that thing that when you have stuff, when people coming from two different places, as you do, that makes a band unique. And what's special about a band is you're taking the different influences. I talk to people all the time about it. You take Jane's Addiction, and you look at the difference of the guys that were in alternative stuff and the guys that were in full-on metal.
Yep.
And that mixed together.
Oh, yeah.
And it kind of that, I'm going to say, is what we're talking about, at least with the dynamics of the things you do.
Well, you know what though? The other thing is not only the songwriting, but we've got two other great members of the band. I mean, Richie Ritter's our drummer,
very
and,
creative,
Steve
melody-wise.
Doobie's our bass player,
very
and
bass-wise.
On their end, it's a lot of arrangement and a lot of the detail stuff. I mean, I can come in and strum huge rock chords and play some leads, but it's those guys who really help put it together and mold it to let's do this part here, that part there, or shut your fucking mouth and don't sing right here, whatever. So it ends up working out real well. It's very, very collective, which I think works.
That's great. You got any tours coming up that people can check out, guys?
We're up here. We tour the Northeast quite a bit, so we're
Yeah.
going to be back up here. I think in November or early December to probably shoot a video. Up here.
For a couple. I think we're gonna maybe try to shoot two different singles off the new record. And try to keep that thing moving. And we're just real happy with the way everything's going right now. Record out, doing a video, playing a lot of shows. And
you're just doing everything you want to do, which is great. And
That's right.
sticking to music.
Can't ask for anything
fantastic.
better.
Guys, I really appreciate you doing this today.
Man, likewise. Thank you so
it
much.
was great. I've had
Appreciate
such a fun time here, doing the interviews today.
Definitely.
Here at the Dewey Beach Music Conference 2007. We're going to check out some of your performance right now. All right, guys?
Awesome. Sounds great. Thank you.
Josh Rich, thanks so much. I'm Matt Pinfield, and this Tenspoke Indies. It's been a lot of fun. Watch this. Take care now.